Now, let me ask you something. Do you know which country has the biggest gold reserve in the entire world? The answer to that is America. Now, do you also know which is the country where the maximum consumption of this gold happens? The answer to that is India. We Indians, we traditionally love gold. We have been investing huge amount of money every year in form of jewelries. And actually, you want to know the truth? Is jewelry a good source of investment? The answer is no. Jewelry is not a good source of investment. Why? Because there's so much of additional charges which incur when you are actually making a jewelry. So in this video, we are going to understand, is gold a good source of investment in 2022? If yes, how to invest in gold? If no, what are the drawbacks? And this video is extremely important, especially for women, purely because the women in India hold almost about 11% of the entire world's gold repository. So extremely important video. So make sure you do watch the video till the end. And if you do find this particular video useful, you do like it, you do subscribe. And also, again, make sure you do watch the video till the end. Now, gold is both a commodity and a currency. Now, historically, if you see the price of gold, it's not that the gold prices have gone up drastically, but it has seen an uptrend. Now, if you see, the central banks across the globe hold almost about 35,000 metric tons of gold, which is almost a fifth. Now, they use this gold as a form of collateral or to earn interest, etc. There are multiple reasons for it. Now, gold is also used as a hedge over inflation. Now, for example, if you see the historical gold prices, when you see the early 2000s, the gold prices started going up. And in 2008, when there was a big crisis, the gold prices actually shot up over the next 2 years. So this clearly shows that gold actually acts as a cushion for investors, and especially in case of inflation. Now, inflation in 22 has been at its peak, right? Inflation right now is almost about 7.5%. So a lot of investors are pulling their money out and they're investing into hard assets such as gold, etc., which are commodities. Now, definitely, unlike your fiat money, which is your dollar, rupees, etc., the gold's value does not go down. It goes up over a period of time because the gold supply is also limited and it is considered as a valuable metal. Now, the gold retains its value not just during financial crisis, but also during geopolitical crisis. Now, for example, you have the Russia-Ukraine situation. Now, during this situation, the entire stock market has been crashing. Whether you see Nifty, Nasdaq, S&P 500, everything has been crashing. But the price of the gold over the last 2 months has been increasing, which clearly shows the demand for gold has been increasing. Now, gold is often considered to be a crisis commodity. Now, during time of crisis, people often pull out their money from the equity market and then they start investing into the golds, which is your hard assets. Now, if you see this particular chart, this shows the chart of demand and supply, and this shows how the demand for gold has been increasing over a span of last 20 years. If you see the green line over here, you can clearly see the demand for gold has been increasing within the investors. So definitely a lot of investors suggest that you at least have 10% of your portfolio invested into gold so that whenever there's a market correction which happens, it can act as a cushion. But then you also have investors such as Warren Buffett who are not a big fan of gold purely because there is no cash flow which happens. So when you actually buy gold, you are only able to make profit when you are selling the gold, and let's say the selling price is at a higher price. But if you're investing your money in equity market or rental properties, then there's a steady cash flow which happens. Hence, they are not a big fan of gold. Also, a lot of Indian investors, what they do not know is that the price of gold is highly fluctuated by the international markets, especially dollar. So as and when the dollar becomes stronger, the gold becomes weaker. And this is something which a lot of Indians do not know. So this is very important to know before investing your money into gold. Now, there are multiple ways of investing your money into gold as well. The very first one is your physical gold. Now, as soon as we hear about physical gold, the very first thing which comes in our mind is either gold bars or gold coins or jewelry. Now, what you need to understand is that in physical gold, first of all, you have to pay a GST of 3%. Then there will be making charges because you're making that particular gold material. And then there will be wastage charges as well. So you need to take into account of these charges when you're investing into physical gold. Now, second can be in form of digital investment. So definitely, if you are investing in gold and you want to invest digitally, then you can reach out to companies like Upstocks or Kuvera, where you are investing a certain amount of money, and then these companies will in hand buy the gold and store in their storage. Now, definitely the 3% GST will be applicable here also, and there will also be a spread cost. which is anywhere between 3% to 6%. Now your spread cost is something which is charged by these companies in form of an insurance cost or storage cost, because they are the ones who are storing this particular gold. You will not have to worry about storing or about the theft and everything. So it is slightly more relaxing as compared to the physical gold. Also, you will have the option to convert this digital gold into physical gold, but there will be a making charges for that. So you will need to be careful on that. Now, the third method is SGBs, which is your sovereign gold bonds. So these are government securities which the RBI issues multiple times throughout the year. Now, the best part over here is that unlike a physical and digital gold, when you're investing your money into SGB, the government will not be actually buying gold and storing it, but instead they will be giving you a piece of document, and this document will hold the same value of gold. And when this document matures, in that case, you can redeem it for cash. Now, there will be a lock-in period over here. So lock-in period is roughly about 8 years. But the best part over here is that unlike the physical and digital gold, there will not be 3% GST. There is no making charges or there is no spread. And also, there's no capital gain tax. Because it's a bond, there's no capital gain tax over here. So there are multiple advantages as well of investing into your money into SGB. But the downside is that there will be a lock-in period of 7 to 8 years. Now, the fourth way is your gold ETF, which is your exchange traded fund. And this is something which you can buy during the market hours. So you have the gold Bs of different banks and you can invest into them. Hence, in summary, in my opinion, gold is not the best source of investment. Gold is definitely a great source of investment when it comes to market uncertainty. For example, right now you have the Russia-Ukraine, because of which the gold prices are going up. So during such crisis, gold can be a great form of investment. But on a long run, parking your money in case of gold is not a best idea, because one, it doesn't have a great cash flow. So unless you're selling the gold, you will not be making any profit. Neither there will be any form of cash flow. And second, over the last 20 years, if you see, it's not that gold has given a massive form of return. So definitely parking your money over here for a long run is not advisable. But at the same time, during the form of uncertainty, investing your money in gold can definitely help you make returns. And these returns can be advisable because your stock market or your equity market will be crashing during these uncertainties. So I hope you actually found this particular video useful. I hope you have understood how to invest your money into gold, and also is gold a good form of investment in 2022. So if you did find this particular video useful, do like it, do subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.